Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. We live and direct. Miami, Florida. We about to get it in here tonight on our first live stream. Well, first official live stream in January 2026, y'all. So fasten your seatbelts. We about to get into it. Great awakening, everybody, and welcome into our first official live stream of 2026. And we're going to kick it off with a New Year's declaration of sorts, which will give you extra incentive to tune in every time we hit the live button. And it goes a little something like this. No longer will we limit our championship matches to only our Vega cards. That's right. That gives you a reason to tune in every time that we go live here on Frequency Pro Wrestling's channel. So with all that being said, fasten your seatbelts and hold on tight, because we're going to get this live stream moving at the speed of light. Or in the words of my great homeboy Cletus, enjoy the rest of the live stream.
Frequency's Pro Wrestling, where legends rise and the weak get buried.
This is a DJ Soul Search production.
All right, everybody, welcome in. Taco Dorito going up against the ZEUS'S crown champion, the Brown Maniac, in the building here in Miami.
And his opponent from parts unknown, weighing in at 208 pounds, the Alliance Zone World Champion, the Brown Phantom.
Brown Phantom in the building. Last time we saw him was on the 3rd of December, taking on Mr. Generic, where he came out on top. His current reign is 111 days. And you saw his record coming in at 7-9. Our ZEUS'S crown champion set to go up against the #1 contender in the ZEUS'S crown division. And dig this, the title will be on the line next week, as this is a tune-up match in preparation for next week's title match with these two. In fact, like I said at the beginning of the live stream, tune in, because you'll never know when something will go on here. The last time we saw Taco was last week, where he won that #1 contenders bout against Alley Cat. Both competitors that won that title, that matchup last week via our 12 days of Christmas wrestling extravaganza. A no count on that pinfall, and Taco gets one in on the Black Russian, aka Victor Sokolov. I don't know what his problem is. I wouldn't be taking those shots at the Black Russian, as the Black Russian is a former Mad Hood champion. And he's tough as nails as Taco goes for a pinfall attempt. And it's a big nothing burger. Victor Sokolov kind of slow on that count, and I don't blame him after Taco took a swing at him. I wouldn't be in a hurry to count after somebody did something of that nature to me, and I'm being a referee as Taco going underneath the apron, coming out with a trash can in this Falls Count Anywhere No Holds at the Bar matchup up in this league. And if you are just stopping by, tuning in, help us out by engaging in the poll, saying something in the chat. I usually started off with a jam session, but a couple of things have changed around here, and I have to start doing things a little bit different. And speaking of different, our third week of every month, we're gonna go over on Kick Live with W.A.W. Hold on a second. Hot sauce from the head of the champion. On that last float over D.D.P by Taco Dorito. Yeah, we gonna start doing weeks number 1, number 2, and number 4 over here, and number 3 over on Kick, as Brown Maniac going for a pinfall attempt. It is only a 2 count. Fight forever. I got things to do tomorrow. We can't have them fighting to infinity, can we? The Brown Maniac gaining control after getting his head busted wide open by Taco. As you can see, the match has kind of slowed down to Taco's pace as he hits the Brown Maniac with a float over stunner. And just like that, in matchup number 1, Taco Dorito over the Brown Phantom.
Here is your winner,
Taco with a big win over the Brown Maniac in matchup number 1. And the question is, can he carry that momentum over into next week in their title bout here on your Whoop-Ass Wednesday next week? So when the thumbnail goes up, lock it in, set your bell notifications, because these two will be duking it out again this time next week. So for now, we have on the horizon Kaiba Okoye going up against the Hellas Hybrid Champion. Who is that? You'll see who that is in a second. Alright, everybody. Matchup number 2 is getting underway. Kaiba Okoye making her way to the ring and getting ready and getting set for her competitor, Disarray. Kaiba, the number 1 contender for the Hellas Hybrid Championship, as she gets a tune-up match herself here tonight against the Hellas Hybrid Champion, Disarray. Miami, you are in for one hell of a treat.
And from Wichita, Kansas, the Extreme Zone Hardcore Women's Champion,
Disarray, the Hellas Hybrid Champion. The last time we saw her in action was on the 10th of December, going up against Kivana Rossetti. It was a live stream over on Kick, and in the month of December, all Beat My Champ challenges are off the board because you get a chance to claim yourself a number 1 contendership in December via the 12 days of Christmas Wrestling Extravaganza. Who's gonna pull this one out? their eventual, or should I say their inevitable matchup. Going down at the end of the month on this channel, and it will be at Chaos Confined. You see her current reign 112 days as the bell tolls. And up goes the poll question. Who will win this matchup here in matchup number 2? Last time we saw Kaiba duking it out was at the end of December in a number 1 contenders bout against Taryn Jerry. Taryn Jerry has been a feisty one herself, climbing up the ranks of the Hellas Hybrid Division. And who knows what their matchup might morph into. It can match up into up to 6 competitors going for that Hellas Hybrid Championship. Matches have not been booked yet, but who knows what the future holds. That boot to the head sends Kaiba to the pavement as Diarray comes down on it with 2 feet to the breasticles and goes for a pinfall attempt on her. Only a 2 count, and we still have an awesome bout in front of us. And if you are just tuning in at this part of the live stream, help us out by hitting the like, the share, and the sub button. After all, it's free, meaning it costs you nothing. Kaiba, Okoye, and Diarray did damage to one another in regards to the former She-Devils Championship, which we have morphed into the Hellas Hybrid Championship, currently being held by Diarray. As the matchup has spilled to the outside of the confines of the squared circle, these two duking it out. That's how we do it here on Frequency Pro Wrestling. We let them get at each other outside of the ring more often than not. Kaiba controlling the bout at the moment, but Diarray with a dragon corkscrew takes her down and hops back into the driver's seat, using everything at her disposal to try to put down a feisty competitor in Kaiba Okoye. Kendo stick into the matchup, and it's definitely being used by Diarray. She's one of the only few to break the frequency curse, that if you pull out a weapon, you usually get it used on you before you get to use it on someone. Whoever wins this matchup definitely will have the momentum in their favor at the end of the month, going into Chaos Confined. As the ladies have slowed this one down to a snail's pace, and Kaiba with a back suplex going for a pinfall attempt. All for naught, as they're still duking it out over my announce table. And Cletus, for some reason, is not getting us a good camera angle. We love you, Cletus. You're the only one that work around here. We appreciate what you do, brother. Another Kendo stick introduced, and a wheel barrel stunner on Kaiba from Diarray as she goes to finish her off. Only a 2 count. And we get this old school ECW style hardcore match to go on a little bit further than it has been, as Kaiba suspended on the shoulders of Diarray, and she drops her in the form of a bangerang and goes for a pinfall attempt. Alright, party people, in matchup number 2, Diarray, the champion, over the challenger Kaiba. Diarray definitely having the momentum on her side, which gives you more incentive to tune in at the end of the month at Chaos Confined to see if Diarray will retain her Hellas Hybrid Championship. Check this, we going to a brief non-commercial break, and then we're going to get into matchup number 3 out of the ARIES God-of-War division as T-Jax takes on Mr. Generic next on Whoop-Ass Wednesday, brought to you by Frequency Pro Wrestling.
Welcome, future champions and digital wrestling enthusiasts. At Frequency Pro Wrestling, we're always pushing the limits and creating new opportunities. Today, I am thrilled to introduce our exclusive Join Our Roster project, your chance to step into our universe and shape your wrestling destiny.
Option 1 is sponsorship. Imagine backing one of our established superstars. Your chosen wrestler becomes your champion, complete with a custom match booking every month. With sponsorship, you get to support a fighter you love while gaining exclusive shoutouts, special promotions, and priority placements in our big events.
Option 2 is management, designed for those ready to step into the spotlight themselves. With our management package, we create a custom wrestler live on stream, tailored just for you. You'll have the opportunity to choose everything from your wrestler's look to their signature moves and finishing style. This package includes up to 3 match bookings per month, whether it's a title match or an exciting non-title bout, giving you full control over your wrestling legacy.
Whether you choose sponsorship or management, you're not just joining a roster, you're becoming part of a family. Our universe is built on passion, creativity, and the relentless drive to create unforgettable moments in wrestling. So, what will your legacy be?
This is Maddie Chatterbox encouraging you to hit the like man. They're only free $99. So once again, hit the like button to help our channel grow.
All right, everybody, get ready and set for mid-card action out of our ARIES God-of-War Championship division as T-Jax takes on Mr. Generic. And T-Jax with a DDT right off the bat, stunning the mysterious, underrated Mr. Generic. And if you are just happening to tune in right about this time, you missed 2 monumental matchups earlier on in the stream, but I guarantee you the rest of the stream will be just as exciting, to say the least, as the reversal sends T-Jax over the ropes. And this is how Mr. Generic won his #1 contenders matchup against T-Jax here at the 12 Days of Wrestling. The rule for that one was if you win your matchup and you are the sole winner in your division, you're the true #1. But if someone else happens to win out of your division, such as you see right here with T-Jax over Quincy Kareem, then you two have to square it out to see who is our true #1 contender. The match is spilled outside, and T-Jax getting good use of that ring post, but it's not enough to keep Mr. Generic down. But every time he makes an attempt at offense, T-Jax, the veteran, is there to hit him with something like that snap suplex he just executed. I did my homework on T-Jax, and I got to looking up his solo matches, and the man was well under 10 matches underneath his belt as a solo performer. But in contrast to that, he is half of one of our greatest male tag teams on the roster in the Technojaxz. Mr. Generic once again grabbing the momentum, stealing it away from T-Jax. And in old T-Jax fashion, vividly displayed throughout this matchup, he flips it back into his favor. And we go back into the ring. Another snap suplex ends in a pinfall attempt by T-Jax. Didn't get a count at all. And the powerhouse for the Technojaxz has to keep at it in going against Mr. Generic. As he's amping up the crowd here in Miami, Florida. Shout out to your win last week against the Buckeyes. It's not like I hate the Buckeyes. It's just they win so much, it's a pleasure to see them lose, like a lot of people feel about the KC Chiefs right about now. But enough about the Chiefs. The Chiefs lost. I'm pissed off because we dropped one to the Raiders last week. Knee drop has hot sauce spilling from the mask of Mr. Generic. Now T-Jax coming out from underneath the ring with a table and hurls it at Mr. Generic. The crowd screaming they want Mr. Generic to go through a table. And that's one thing that perplexes me about this game. You pull a table off from underneath the apron. Don't set it up or even try to put your opponent through it, even if it is not a tables match. That one kills me right there. And may I add, stick around because in our main event we have a #1 contenders bout out of the Stormbreaker Championship Division. Fatal 4-way style, much to your liking. So hang around with us, rock with us, however they say it. It's going down in our main event. Mr. Generic halted again on using that baseball bat on T-Jax. And back into the ring we go. T-Jax with a float over DDT on the already wounded head of Mr. Generic. Will Mr. Generic be like a lot of his counterparts before him and go 8-ish crazy after spilling his own hot sauce here? As T-Jax misses with the double knee drop. And Mr. Generic looks like he is set to take advantage of that miscue by T-Jax. Figure 4 leg lock by Mr. Generic. Will he make T-Jax tap in this one? He doesn't, and T-Jax breaks out of that excruciating hold with a couple of fists. As he's setting up T-Jax for that abdominal stretch. And now he's lying in wait to finish him off. Will Mr. Generic go into Chaos Confined or go into the month of January here in our first live stream as #1 contender for the ARIES God of War title? If T-Jax has anything to do with that, as he goes for the pinfall attempt, don't see how Mr. Generic lost that one. Anyway, T-Jax over Mr. Generic here in matchup number 3.
Here is your winner, T-Jax.
Alright, party people, T-Jax is the sole #1 contender for the ARIES God of War Championship title. And stick around, because our next contest is the Dissonant Dog Pound, who is currently on a hot streak going up against one of my favorite tag teams, Mood Swing, next on your Whoop-Ass Wednesday.
This is a DJ Soul Search production.
All right, everybody, we getting ready and we getting set for matchup number 4 of tonight's contest. As you see right there, the D.D.P. Dissonant Dog Pound will be going up against Mood Swing next on Whoop-Ass Wednesday. But first, a brief commercial, non-commercial break, and then to the action.
This is Daryl, yeah, Dusty Daryl. And shout out to the Eye Candy Academy, baby. Woo!
This is a DJ Soul Search production.
This is Mitch Vade, and you're watching Frequency Pro Wrestling on Vic Vega's Game Station, the home where every view is viral.
Matchup number 4. Then we got one more, and then we out the door. And the first competitors to enter the ring, the Dissonant Dog Pound.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, Diamond Mine.
Yeah, the Dissonant Dog Pound coming in at 4 wins, 3 losses, and they got 3 draws to match that. And last week, you saw them defeat one of our most celebrated tag teams on the roster in Malpractice. A monumental victory indeed for the 2 upstarts who have been on the roster just a bit over a year. And as of late, they have been making a name for themselves here on Frequency Pro Wrestling. Can they stand up to the task of the chaotic duo that we call Mood Swings? We shall see, big baby, we shall see.
And their opponents, the Monsters.
Mood Swing coming in at 7 wins and 8 losses. And the last time in action together, we saw them go down at the 12 Days of Wrestling, night number 11 to be exact, where both of them fell, and the Dissonant Dog Pound now reigns supreme as the #1 contenders for the Queens of Chaos Championship titles. Can Mood Swing bounce back from that loss and defeat the red hot Dissonant Dog Pound here tonight in Miami? Will Miami be the rabbit's foot for them to get over the hump? As I always say, like the blind man said, after being restored his sight, we shall see, party people, we shall see. And the bell tones, and it looks like the powerhouses for both units are squaring it off in Peachy Keen and Big Dog Bev O'Bannon, who uses a cutter to immobilize Peachy and is quick to get the offense going and leaving her competitor off balance at the current. A whip into the corner by Bev O'Bannon, followed up by a splash. In comes Geraldine Phillips after the tag, as Peachy gathering her thoughts and hits Geraldine with a running clothesline and an inverted Russian leg sweep. Peachy switching the momentum in the favor of mood swings at the current. Birdie Lou tagged in by Peachy. Off of the ropes, avoiding whatever Geraldine was attempting to her. And now she gains momentum by going in on Geraldine. Seems to be targeting that lower base of Geraldine Phillips. And now she hits her with a high knee and another frequent tag. And Peachy is back in. But a hot tag by Geraldine Phillips. And both powerhouses are back where they began at the first of this matchup. Big Dog Bevo Bannon with the miss on the strike, but she catches Peachy off guard with a kick. And now setting her up for a gigantic fall away slam, and Peachy has to roll out the ring to stop the momentum of Bev O'Bannon. But right back in the clutches of Bev O'Bannon, who hits Peachy with a sidewalk slam. And now it's breaking her down to her very last molecules. These two teams are evenly matched at this juncture of the matchup. So we get ready to go to a brief commercial, non-commercial break, and we will be back with the action.
This is Kivana Rossetti, and you're watching Frequency Pro Wrestling on Vic Vegas Game Station, the home where every view is viral.
Are you ready to step into the ring and make your mark in digital wrestling? Don't miss this opportunity to be part of something big, something groundbreaking. Join us on this thrilling journey where every match is a step closer to your dreams. Are you ready to accept the challenge? Then step up, sign up, and show the world what you're made of. Sign up now at zone.com/roster spots. The spotlight awaits. Once again, that's zone.com/roster spots.
This is Real Talk Rita, and we are having a sale. Today's likes are free, so do our channel a solid and hit the like man.
To the battleground. This is Frequency Pro Wrestling, and tonight, ain't no peace, ain't no mercy.
All right, everybody, we are back to the action, and wow, you were away at the commercial break. Not much happening, but a bit of mayhem, as you see there. And maybe a couple of close pinfall attempts. But all in all, we are still dead even here at this part of this monumental matchup. As we get back to the live action after that recap, it seems that Geraldine Phillips is in control of the bout for her team as she's going in on the arms of Peachy King. And our next matchup, party people, if you are sticking around with us, once again, it is a fatal four-way #1 contenders bout out of the Stormbreaker Championship Division. But enough about that, let's talk about the here and now. And it seems like the Dissonant Dog Pound is having their way with mood swing throughout this matchup. And as soon as I get to jeffing them up, they get the effing up. And Peachy going for a pinfall attempt. Only a 2 count and the bout lingers on. This is the dog pound against smooth swings. Both of these tag teams are relatively new as opposed to our veterans. Our veterans have been around for 4 years. And these two teams right here are just making, I think, a year and a half on the roster. Kudos to them and all the newer rookies that will be added to our roster sometime here in the near future. If you have been flip-flopping with us back and forth throughout our 12 days of wrestling extravaganza, you already know the heads up on the two rookies that won their matchup and thus will be ascending to the main roster sometime soon, as Peachy with a hip toss and going for a pinfall attempt. Still only a 2 count. Can't keep the feisty Geraldine down long enough to put an end to this matchup. And the war wages. Reversal by Peachy King, but in enemy territory, Geraldine elbows her way out of an attempted strike. And now Peachy is in enemy territory as a dissonant dog pound, showing you why they are a well-oiled unit here in the bottom of matchup number 4. Big dog W.A.W targeting the neck and arms of Peachy, and a quick tag to get Geraldine Phillips back into the game. Peachy desperately needs to tag in the likes of Birdie Lou for no other reason as to get herself a rest and to try to finish the rest of this matchup off in a winning fashion. Chin check by Peachy, reversing the momentum, and a kick to the face to Geraldine Phillips' grill. And Peachy one more again to the face of Geraldine. Peachy seems to be targeting the head of Geraldine as she's lying in wait in finisher off mode. And the Kojo clutch being applied by Peachy. Will she make Geraldine tap out? W.A.W to the rescue to break up the pinfall attempt on her. I told you the dissonant dog pound working together like water and salt, butter and toast, syrup and pancakes, whatever the analogy you want to use. They are a very formidable team, as they have been showing you throughout this matchup. As a down Peachy is in position for W.A.W to grab her and hit her with a powerbomb to try to finish this one off. Will she? Yes, the dissonant dog pound reigning supreme over moon swings here in matchup number 4. They are on a hot streak indeed. That caps it off at 3 in a row to bring their win total up to now 5, 2, and 3. All right, everybody, we getting ready for our next matchup. It's a fatal 4-way #1 contenders bout here on Thank you, everybody, for rocking with the best and sticking around with us. And like we say about this time, we're on the pay-to-win grind, and it is main event time. So let's get it. As you see before you, we have Diamond Omega, D. Wildman, Gary Gamer, and Jayden Tomahawk in this #1 contenders bout out of the Stormbreaker Championship Division. The only one who was not a winner at the 12 days of wrestling is Omega, who is the former champ and is working his way back up the division to get a shot at his former Stormbreaker championship. I don't know how long I'm going to leave him in this division, seeming how like him and D.W.A.W and actually Jaden Tomahawk are veterans of 2 years or more, and we are thinking about restructuring the way we do things around here. Anyway, we about to get it in like Clem and be in there like thin swimwear here in our main
The following
event.
contest is a fatal four-way match. Making his way to the ring from Springfield, Illinois, weighing in at 220 pounds, Gary Gang R.
Gary Gamer, as I stated before, on the 19th of last month, won his spot in this division by defeating Rory Breaker and Jaden Tomahawk. 7 wins and 9 losses is his record. Never underestimate this man right here, because the moment that you do, he will have you pinned for the 3 count and claim the victory.
First, representing the Wild Samoans from Wichita, Kansas, weighing in at 228 pounds, D.W.A.W.
D.W.A.W in the building, and he also won his matchup one-on-one against Technojaxz in night number 1 of our 12 days of wrestling. 7 wins, 11 losses. Former Call Valley Tag Team Co-Champion in the building on the premises here in Miami, Florida. Can he pull the hat trick off here and come out with a victory and end up at Chaos Confined with a matchup? Hold on, let me check my match card. I don't want to steer y'all wrong or lie to you. Anyway, no, we do not have a Stormbreakers Championship matchup lined up for Chaos Confined. But as I stated upon the beginning of this live stream, you never know when a championship matchup is going to be popping up around here. We are no longer limiting all of our championships to go up on our Vega cards. None of that. That's old stuff. It's 2026 and we are in the mix.
And from San Juan, Puerto Rico, weighing in at 218 pounds, Dawn and Omega.
We haven't seen him since he was defending that Stormbreakers Championship against Demon Blue, where he fell in a one-on-one Hell in a Cell matchup. One epic battle indeed, where he fell short. 12 wins, 20 losses. In my bag on his credentials, not popping up, as he is the former Stormbreakers champion and also a former Call Valley Tag Team Co-Champion himself. No disrespect to you, sir. I just didn't have it up on the board and it ready to go. Diamond Omega, formerly one half of Tropic Turmoil. Contestant number 3 to enter this straight up brawl here in our main event.
And from Kansas City, Missouri, weighing in at 215 pounds, Jaden Tomahawk.
Formerly known as Jay Hawkins. The last time we saw him was on Christmas Eve in a last chance bout, which is the reason why he is here in this contest, former Call Valley Tag Team Co-Champion himself. In fact, the only person who has not held a title in this matchup is Gary Gamer himself. One of our underdogs on our program, the only soul in this one who hasn't had championship gold around his waist. Jaden Tomahawk, Domino Omega, D.W.A.W, Gary Gamer, duking it out here in the nightcap. Everybody looking focused and framed and ready to get into the fray up in this piece as Jaden Tomahawk matched up with D.W.A.W. You see Gary Gamer being handled by the former Stormbreaker champion, Diamond Omega. As it looks like an alliance, but hold on a second. Gary waking up to thwart whatever Omega and Tomahawk have for him. And now he gets his chance to go in on the former Stormbreaker champion, Diamond Omega. And now he wants to get some get back at Jaden Tomahawk for making an attempt at a double team. And Wildman is there to distract him. Speaking of double team, double cutter from Tomahawk and Wildman on Gary Gamer. Everybody seems to have their focus on Gary. Maybe they heard me say how much of an underdog he is and how he is not to be underestimated. As the world's lengthiest vertical suplex being executed by D.W.A.W as he goes for a pinfall attempt in this one. Only a 2 count and the duke out continues. Everybody switching back and forth between dance partners, and a lariat sends D.W.A.W over and out the ring, and he looks like he's hopping mad. And now going under the ring to bring in our first weapon of this contest, which is a kendo stick. As Diamond Omega flips off of the ropes and hits Jaden Tomahawk with an X Factor, D.W.A.W continues to go in on Gary Gamer and receives a kick from all his efforts by Diamond Omega. And now it's back to the original matchups that started this matchup off. Gary with an inverted cutter on Diamond Omega, and all 4 gentlemen are on the outside of the ring getting it on. And now the matchup between Tomahawk and Wildman back in to the confines of the ring ropes as Tomahawk hits D.W.A.W with the Styles Clash and goes for a pinfall attempt. Diamond Omega there to break it up, and Gary has a chair that he's wielding at the current. Everybody hit with it except for Wildman, who takes exception and hits him with a headbutt and goes for a pinfall attempt on him. Doesn't even get a count. Too many bodies in the same area at the same time. Diamond Omega with an X Factor on the chair to Tomahawk. D.W.A.W there to break it up. Man, these dudes are duking it out here in our main event. As Wildman setting Gary up for a power slam and going for an attempt on him to get him out of here, and it's only a 1 count. And excuse me, party people, this is a sudden delete style. God dang it! My bad, y'all. The screen went black on me, and I get kind of ticked off when that happens. Anyhow, a chair to the head of Tomahawk as Gary is floored by Tomahawk, and Tomahawk going in on Omega at the second with a running forearm, and now a couple of fists to the former champ. Gary back into the fold as Tomahawk setting Omega up, but he wiggles his way up out of that one. And now a Hurricanrana takedown on Gary, which is met with a blow from D.W.A.W. And now Wildman goes in on a downtrodden Gary Gamer as Omega and Tomahawk on the outside battling it out. Tomahawk getting the advantage over Diamond Omega. And Kabaya with a takeover on Diamond Omega, who is holding the right side of his neck. And now Tomahawk gets in to go in on Wildman, as he's standing tall over D.W.A.W, setting him up for something. And it looks like it's going to be a second dose of that Styles Clash as he goes for a pinfall attempt on him. And just like that, Jaden Tomahawk over everybody else in our main event. Jaden Tomahawk defying the odds here as we get along here in our nightcap, our main event of tonight's festivities. And thank you for tuning in to this, our first ever live stream in 2026 here live from Miami, Florida. And thank you, you Floridians, because you have been one hell of a host in hosting us here tonight. Thank you for having us. And before we get up out of here, we're going to hit y'all with a closing promo, and then it's on to the outro. And oh yeah, by 1 a.m. tomorrow morning, we will have the thumbnail posted for our event live from Portland, Oregon next week on your W.A.W, big baby. Until then, Sayakalor.
To the battleground. This is Frequency Pro Wrestling, and tonight, ain't no peace, ain't no mercy.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Whoop-Ass Wednesday here on the channel for Frequency Pro Wrestling. And dig this, we are the home where every view is viral, because we are not entitled to your viewership, and when you give it to us, it is deeply appreciated. And remember, every day above ground is a good day, because you are here on the planet able to fight through your adversities and create yourself a brand new reality in this effed up world that we living in, party people. So once again, pay attention to the channel, as the thumbnail and description for next week's competition live from Orlando, Florida will be going up. And get your tickets early, big baby. Until then, we will see you next week. Peace. It ain't just one championship match next week, it's 2 on the docket. Peace!